I'm Sofie. I work with Sucafina Specialty coffee importers in Antwerp. I'm now head of purchasing, so I'm in charge of making sure the right coffees come to our positions in Antwerp and make their way to the roasters. Before, I was doing QC for 6 years at Sucafina before moving into the position of purchasing manager. I'm also a curator, and I used to participate in the Aeropress competitions as well, so I know you're going to have a lot of fun doing this.
I'm Damien. I started at Wide Awake this past February. I've been working in the hospitality for like 3 to 4 years as a barista, and I'm now roasting at Wide Awake.
Into shit that's in front of me. I'm bumping magic.
Tell us about Finca Aurora.
So this coffee comes from Finca Aurora, which is a farm located in Nicaragua. It's a farm run by a family. It's a family business basically, run by the Ferrofino family, and it's a really cool farm with quite unique for Nicaragua, because it's completely integrated with the farm. There's processing on site, there's dry milling on site, there's the warehouse. The entire operation is part of the same company. They really invest in finding ways to produce coffee in tune with the environment and also respecting the social environment they're in. So they really take good care of their workers. They really have a good working background with good salary, good treatment of their workers. And then on the environmental side, they use only renewable energy, and they're actually also biodynamic certified. They invest a lot in experimenting with new varieties, because climate change it's real, it's here, and coffee production is really being affected by that. And like global coffee production, we need to find varieties that are more resistant to the current climate, resistant to droughts, resistant to more rains. So they have a lot of different varieties on their farms. Like this one, the Venecia variety, it's something that you don't see that often. It's more popular in Costa Rica because it was developed by the research institute in Costa Rica. It's a dwarf variety, so it doesn't need that much space to grow. It produces high quality and large beans, so it's a very productive plant. This coffee, it's what we call experimental process, because it can be a lot of different things, but this coffee specifically was anaerobic processed. It was fermented for 3 days, so whole cherry fermentation for 3 days in closed fats. And then after fermentation, the cherries were laid out to dry, and they dried for, I think it was more than a month. They dried on patios in really thin layers, where they constantly manage the moisture level, make sure that they properly turn, so that there's no mold, that there's no off cups, any unwanted fermentation going on. So it's a super extended fermentation. It's quite impressive that with that long fermentation, it doesn't taste like a complete alcohol bomb, which sometimes happens.
You've been waiting for a call or a text, upset.
Alright, so why did we pick this coffee, Damien?
So we actually kept a few different coffees, quite some coffee from El Salvador that were interesting, and then we came upon this great Nicaraguan coffee, which was super interesting because it has that acidity that's not too citrusy, and that sparked our interest into brewing it on Aeropress. It has also that great floral side, a great chamomile finish, which is very, very pleasant when you finish your coffee. And we think that it's gonna be a super fun coffee to brew, because you could brew it so many different ways in order to make its interesting aspects stand out. You could definitely bump up the acidity or try to lower it and get more floral notes towards the end. So it's gonna definitely be a fun coffee to brew with the Aeropress. We basically roasted 3 test batches. There were some the two first batches highlighted a lot the acidity from the coffee. And for the third batch, we took it a bit further, a bit higher in temp, which allowed us for more sweetness and helped us get that great juiciness from the coffee. And honestly, like, just brew whatever you prefer and yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the Aeropress Competition end of September at Wide Awake.
Nice. Alright.
Thanks.
That was good.